and it felt like they were moving as a unit.
It felt like the first actual move they made on the map was like 20 minutes into the game as a
Mm-hmm.
team, which it's so late. Like, and TB just flash farmed the whole game, and eventually TB just won the game because he had Oracle sat
Yeah.
behind him.
I was. Would you have preferred the Orchid on Kunkka first?
Um, yes, but I think that's easy to say in hindsight. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it depends how he feels in the game as well. Like, it's easy for us to say about items and things when we know everything on the map. Like, it's a completely different feeling when you're in a game and like you don't know how farmed somebody is. Maybe he was worried about the TV's man to time, and so he felt like the Orchid wouldn't be good enough. Um, it's difficult to say.
And they go back to the Phoenix. Like, nothing ever got put together for them. You know, they had one egg. I also, one of the things I noticed was how good the warding was from
Mhm.
Aster. Felt like Fly was constantly under sentries, but there were a couple times where it felt like he knew that there was vision there and still played around it, like trying to risk it. Like over mid, he knew there was vision there when he was trying to cut the creep wave and gets caught. He gets caught without Echo Slam or Sonic Wave and just dies. And then all of a
Yeah,
sudden
yeah.
it's like that ollie save feels worthless.
Yeah, you have to remember that they had the Hawk as well on Aster, which
Yeah.
they played around really well. Like that's why they win the Vision game because they see everything all the time. Um, One of the most underrated things about Beastmaster. Yes, we get to
There
see
it
Tree
is.
again.
And it's with the Phoenix. And I was talking about how I was surprised that Treant wasn't getting picked more.
Hmm.
Because he started the event 4 wins, 1 loss. And then all of a sudden it just kind of went quiet in the playoffs. But I'm glad that they picked him up here. Still, it becomes a question like IG's draft can look good, but they need to execute it. And
Hmm.
that last game doesn't give me a lot of hope that they're going to do so.
So this is a really greedy support duo here. So it'll be interesting to see what Aster decide to do to try and deal with this in the laning stage, especially. Like
Mm-hmm.
these heroes don't do a huge amount until they hit their level sixes. Rubik's an interesting one though. I feel like anything you get from Treant Protector is really useful. Like unless it's leech sheet, and
Mm.
even then, like it's not awful. And I feel like I've said this before, but Fade Rubik, I love this guy. I
Yeah.
love watching him. I love watching his Rubik. I remember watching him when he was on Vici before and just being like, what is happening? Like, how is he doing the things that he's doing on this hero?
Hmm.
I still find it so funny as well that everybody has to ban Wisp against Aster and they're the only team that are picking it. Like, that's insane.
They banned that anti-mage again, this time with a third ban, which it was before. Just, making sure that SCCC is not going to get his hands on it. But I think they have to ban the TV. Like, TV's been the hero of the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be really surprised if they didn't pick Oracle again though on Aster. So I think that might end up being a ban here from IG.
Mm-hmm.
And I think something like Puck that's still in the pool could be a big issue for IG too. Like this really mobile hero that can just get onto the backlines and try and kill the supports quickly. Like especially this Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there's the Oracle ban. Bobica played so well on that hero, and I after watching that game, I completely understand why they value it so highly. Like the things that it could do that game were crazy. There's so many times somebody got caught by an X and he would just Fate's Edict them. So even if the boat and the torrent came through, they just wouldn't take any damage. It didn't matter at all.
The fact that Bobica went deathless on Oracle is wild.
Mm-hmm.
They banned the PL. I think this has got to be a TB ban, unless,
Well, I think
yeah.
Aster are going to ban Morphling, and I think IG will probably pick Ember if it gets let through. That's my breakdown so far. I want to see Sand King, dude. I'm going to say it again today because I haven't said it yet.
Yeah,
I
a
want to
hero
see
still not chosen yet.
Probably not against Rubik, but yeah.
There's still 20 heroes that haven't been picked yet.
Who's the most surprising hero?
Mm,
Don't say Witch Doctor.
no, Witch Doctor's been in one game. Snapfire ban. Okay.
Yeah. Egg Hitter.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
but I think they still go TB.
They could. I think TV's a little bit harder to play up against Treant Protector, who can just get into the jungle and drop down all these deep wards and things as well.
Mhm.
Obviously, they have to play around it well still on IG, which they didn't do last game.
No, not at all.
And they don't have the raw save from the Oracle at the moment either, which might like dissuade them a little bit. Maybe like Shadow Demon instead might be okay. For Aster, but Shadow Demon Rubik as a support combo feels pretty awful. They could go like Ogre or something as well, because the attack speed's really good against that.
So yeah, you were asking me who I'm surprised most about. It's definitely the Sand King not
Really?
getting picked. I out of all the heroes, I'm surprised it's like Magnus, Alchemist, maybe. I don't know.
I think they've banned the Void, so it looks like they are going to potentially just pick TB.
Yeah, you gotta get rid of that combo, that Supernova Chronosphere combo, or it would give you multiple combos to line up, where you have Overgrowth and the Supernova, or Chronosphere and the Chronosphere and the Supernova, not Chronosphere and the Chrono.
I also think it's nice to have a natural Manta build to play up against the Treant Protector as well, because you don't want to have to build a BKB just to get out of Overgrowth. Like that's not how you should play your hero. I'd still like to see something like an Ogre here, just some casual 5. That's good with no matter what you play as the 1. I think we've seen Chuan play Mars before as well. Not very often. 99% of the time it's going to be XXS's hero. But...
Ooh.
Wow. Now, I completely forgot that Aster liked to pick this hero. Like, I remember watching a load of Aster games before, and they would actually prioritize the Silencer in older ones. Mm-hmm. So I'm actually now it's come out. I'm not hugely shocked because like it's obviously really good against both these support heroes. And now they have this like when Mars gets Blink, they have this scenario where they can pop Blink Arena and pop Global at the same time, and like these two supports don't do anything. So if they can burst somebody down in the duration of like a spear on the arena wall, the two supports are literally just sat there like, what the hell do we do? Like, we have no play here. Mm-hmm. It does potentially mean they have to play around Global so often that it like might slow their tempo down overall in the game, which is a bit of a worry.
I was actually looking at the wrong list of heroes that haven't been picked yet. It was heroes that have been banned and picked that I was missing. So like Crystal Maiden still hasn't been picked yet. We haven't had a Brood game yet. Silencer, this is his first pick. Shadow Fiend maybe is a little bit surprising.
Oh, SF, wow. Yeah, I mean, the SF one does surprise me. Tide. Oh my god.
Okay. Big cooldowns.
To Global.
Yeah. That's going to be rough.
Like, you pop Global and just ignore the Tide, right? I can't wait for this Ravage steal as well by Fade. I'm excited.
Yeah. That feels like Ravage goes off, and if Global Silence happens to come after, steal it, turn it around, go.
I assume he'll be going Greaves on Tide to help deal with the Global, but it's quite a way away. Oh. Okay.
So they're the ones who take Morphling. Is it just straight up SCCC on that Morph? And Chuan, is it going to be mid Silencer?
I mean, it could be. I very much doubt it. I think it's most likely to be the 5. Like, Bobica's played this a lot before for them. I mean, it could be Chuan or SCCC playing Morphling. Like, we've seen them both play it before.
Ooh, Emo Invoker.
This is...
I'm excited for it, but if IG play like they did in the last game, then it's not going to be as exactly as exciting as I want it to be.
it's a lot more of an active hero, right? Like he's going to play Quaswex Invoker with this Spirit Vessel. If any of these heroes get hit by an EMP, like the 2 cores, I mean, like they both just they don't do anything in a fight. Like I think if he gets the most important thing here for Emo is if he make sure he gets that good EMP off. And like they pick the Invoker here, but now they have to pick their win condition hero last. Like I say, win, like their position 1, right? Like their farming hero. And they're going to get 2 bans here on Aster to decide what they want to take out. I assume Naga's going to be one of them. And they could just take out TV as well, but I mean, they have Morphling, right? So
is Lycan worth picking for either of these teams?
I think it's better for IG.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it working in Aster, because Tidehunter's one of the best heroes at killing it in lane. Not killing, sorry, but like dealing with it. And they have Overgrowth, which is BKB piercing as well. And he's not like this Manta builder that gets out of Overgrowth really easily. I think Ember's still in the pool, and I'd actually quite... I mean, for Aster, it's a bit weird, because like you want to play Ember, but he's playing against Quaswex Invoker in lane, who just tornadoes off the Flame Guard every time.
I mean, how would you feel about mid silencer against this Invoker?
No, I don't want to see it. Like I'm not a believer. Yeah, it can be okay sometimes, but I feel like it's so like immobile. If it ever gets on top of it, just dies a lot of the time. Like it doesn't farm quickly because it has no wave push or anything. They need something to scale as well, because like Invoker scale is okay, but Tide's like it does really well later into the game when it gets like the talents and stuff later on, but it hits this like mid to late game point where it just kind of doesn't do a huge amount. I think it's always useful, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I like that.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, this is pretty good. I like that a lot, actually. Like, Aster's whole lineup is literally like, we need to kill somebody quickly and take the numbers advantage. In a fight, like Arena, like Global, we pop somebody, we kill them quickly, like we carry on and move the fight onwards. But Wraith King just completely nullifies that fact. So, like, he can just go into the fight and not care.
Yeah. I wonder if they move this silencer from the 5. I'm very hung up on that, unfortunately. Sorry about that.
It's alright.
But let's see what they want to do. Because they could still throw like the Mars mid.
Mm-hmm. I don't think they will, though.
Because XXS, I'm pretty sure, plays silencer off lane.
I think it has to be SCCC more if they pick a different mid here. Maybe like DP or something is okay. And it gives them something else to play around in terms of big ults. And I think, did Tran play that yesterday? I think he did. Somebody that did. I can't remember who it was.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Again, that's more try to get the numbers advantage. Burst someone down. I mean, it's an egg hitter.
It might still be Silencer mid. Like, I think it's most likely to be Lena, but look at them. They're hovering.
Let's see.
Which
Fade
one do
picks
you
up
want?
that. It's mid Lena. Okay.
Yeah, that's better. I don't know how much I like this Lena pick. Like, it's okay, but I didn't see anything else that like really stood out to me. It's a good egg hitter as well, which is nice.
Yeah.
It does well against Invoker in lane. Because you can keep your distance at all times to shove the lane out quickly.
Again, obviously it hurt us saying in the last game, but I like IG's draft.
Yeah, I prefer IG's draft this time to last time. I'm just not sure about this Lena pick. I'm not sure about the Silencer pick either. I think they if they can like get this Morphling farmed really early on, group up together and take fights, I think they look really good. But I worry for them that this Invoker pick's going to do like huge amounts of work in the mid game. And Emo's really good at this hero.
Yeah, it's one of his best, but it also comes down to like them playing differently than last game. Like they have to bring it together more. The way they played that first game, like you just you're not going to get anything done if you do that again.
I think this Tide might struggle in lane as well. I think the Silence is really good at like just zoning out a hero with the glaives. And I think if he can zone out Tide so that S-Triple-C has like a decent start to the game in the lane, he can kind of just leave him by himself when like Morph gets to like level 3, level 4.
Is it worth lane swapping for either team?
Uh, uh, I don't know. Probably not. I think both teams will probably just end up doing like I mean, they could put the Tide against the Mars, maybe, but it looks like they're just gonna
Prepare for battle.
play the normal lanes, which I think is fine. That seems okay to me.
你行你行，你上你上。That was hot.
Like I like the team fight here from IG. I really love Emo
So we've been
Invoker.
seeing a lot of position 5s do this recently, and like a lot of 3s and 4s and stuff as well. They just go for this like Null Talisman or like Wraithband first.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me? I seem to be lagging.
Who put that ground there?
No, I hear you.
There you go. Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine. Right, so like they go for this Null Talisman or something first.
30
And it
seconds.
actually gives so
to
much
battle.
value early on. Like on a Wraithband that gives you like 1.5 armor, so you can trade better with the other support. Or like the Silencer gets like a little bit of mana regen here, which is nice.
The battle begins.
Aster really need to focus the proper targets in these fights.
Yeah. Interesting rune trade there. 2 for 2, but it's like 1 on either side each.
Mm-hmm.
Like somebody was there for the taking. Now, this Wraith King has not a huge amount of armor early on. Oh, he's got Ring of Protection, actually. Okay. I was going to say Mars might be able to bully him in lane, but with the extra 2 armor, it's going to help a lot.
Nature's Grass coming out up just towards top.
Oh, he's got an Exort Invoker. Oh my god. Oh, this is more exciting now. Now I really want IG to win.
I mean, Emo's pretty flashy with his Invoker. Excited to see how it works in the beginning, if he can do anything with it. And you can see Bobica stepping forward on JT and Kaka bottom, like playing an aggressive line for the moment. Just going after JT. Jesus, 11 on the temporary loss of intelligence for JT.
Here's one dumb boy. One dumb fish.
That was good of you.
God.
This tree's going to get a pull off on the top side as well. This is so good. Like, how often do we see this small camp get blocked at the start of the game?
I was just
Oh,
thinking
bot
that
lane as
we were
well,
talking about that. Ooh, Bobica. Bobica forward ends up dying, and I was talking about how he's playing an aggressive line.
They just hit the level 2s and they were like, yeah, let's go. We have Dive Spirits, we have Gush, Anchor Smash. Jeez.
What's the build for Tide?
Well, item build or skill build?
Give me both. I'll take
Both.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to say that. I'll say. Item build, I assume he goes like Vlad's at some point. It's pretty good with like the Wraith King and stuff as well. I'd like to see like Vlad's Greaves or something, because he needs a way of purging off the global as well. Oh, Kaku's TPing here. Going mid lane. Chuan's dived.
No.
Oh my
Dire's middle
god.
tower is under attack.
IG are back.
Communication? Never heard of it.
All of a sudden, like that death's so bad as well because, like, he's missing out on this XP under tower at this moment as well. If he can get there back in time, he misses one creep. Okay, that's not too bad. But like, look at the XP difference between the Invoker and the Lina now. It's like a little bit. And Lina really wants to be hitting that level 6 first, right? So she can, or like as quick as she can, so she can make those plays with the Laguna, get the first kill online.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Is he
Oh,
dead?
emo.
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
Chuan just comes right on back and gets a kill.
All right, never
Emo.
mind.
And Lena's level 5
Dire's
now.
middle tower
Yeah.
is under attack.
And now this is really bad for Invoker because he misses out on even more XP under this tower now because the lane's like literally right under it straight away.
You spoke too soon.
Oh my god, what have I done? I jinxed
The
him.
insta-jinx.
I really hate cross exalt Invoker, by the way. I don't know if you like. I was so surprised when he did it because I didn't think it was good.
Live fire.
So it'd be interesting to see how much he can get done here on emo. There's no Talisman Wraithband as well, which is interesting.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
JT, he's going Dominator again. Okay.
Yeah, that's okay though. I don't think that's awful. Top lane as well. They're going to try and go on the tree here.
Yeah, they hit the Spirit Lens. They have telekinesis to go with it, but it's still pretty hard to chase Ollie. With Nature's Grasp down, trying to get around the trees, and a Wraith Fire Blast being thrown by Fly.
Oh, that crit. Oh. Oh, he actually hasn't got some Vampiric Aura. Interesting. Gone for 2 points in stun. I don't think I've seen this in forever.
That should help. High waters rise.
But yeah, I mean, this lane stage is going really well for us so far. Like, that kill mid lane was so big when he got the return kill back on the Invoker again.
Money to burn.
And Tron's going to try and rotate top here, actually.
Yeah, he tried this in the first game too, and
Oh my
Spear
God.
now under the tower. That's perfect for them. With Tron making the rotation and having that Laguna Blade ready to go, there's no way that I see Fly getting out of this one. And yeah, there's the kill. So this time the rotation executes for them. They get the kill on a Fly. And IG, they're struggling early.
But their lineups, like, I feel like they have these 3 cores again that are all just going to farm. Do you know what I mean? Like, Tide Invoker, Wraith King. Like, especially Exort Invoker. Like, and if you play Exort Invoker and Wraith King, like, these guys both need farm to do anything.
Invis rune, unfortunate.
He has a Salvo on Lina as well, if he really needed. Fade TP's mid and refills the bottle as well. It's almost like he took no damage. It just never happened.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I like that Emo and Tron have both built raindrops though against each other. Emo here.
Fade and Bobica. They have the ward here, so they saw the rotation coming in. Had he died there, that would have been really bad. Mars top. XSS being chased. They made the rotations out of lane. It allows Fly to get a kill there on the XSS.
Normally I don't like a point in Leech Seed, but I think when you're playing this lane you have such high kill potential because he's got 2 points in Wraithfire Blast as well. Actually, I think it's pretty good here. And Ollie's just farming this big camp stack. He's going to get so much XP from this if he can get it. Or at least set it up for the Wraith King to come. Yeah, this is really good.
Trusty shovel. Alright, Salve's not bad.
What's he building on Wraith King? I assume that's for the armlet, the Helm of Iron Will, but I'm sure I thought you go treads first.
He's level 6. He's holding the skill point, which pretty standard for Wraith King. If you're gonna die, you pop it onto that reincarnation.
No, yeah, I was gonna say I'd be surprised if he held the skill point for long. I think the point in Vampiric Aura to help you farm is really good.
Yeah, but the second he doesn't put that point in reincarnation, the Lina comes over top. Like, he died right there. That would have been embarrassing.
But I don't know, like
Emo's coming top. They can make something happen here. Tornado. And the Cold Snap, XSS, Nature's Grass, Ice Wall down.
Ice Wall, Nature's Grasp.
And he's literally got no movement speed for the moment, but Laguna Blade and just a quick kill onto Ollie. Spear throws back Fly. The damage now at Icarus dive.
What a lift
from Fade! Oh, so well done. LSA, they'll get the kill on Nakaka. They do lose XSS, but Fly, well, he doesn't have reincarnation. Pops that salve that he picked up from the trusty shovel. He does survive, but that did not go well for IG.
It's sick for, lift from Fade though.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Good soil here.
This Morphling though is finally starting to get some farm as well, but in the spotlight. Like he was doing okay before, but now that he has the Morbid, the Morbid Mask as well, he can actually just farm the jungle so easily. If JT doesn't just come over and bully him. Which he's doing a good job of at the moment.
What did he pick up? Oh, okay. Dark Troll.
Get him.
All right.
Denied.
What does Emo have now? All right, just Null Talisman, Wraith Band, Gloves of Haste, Boots. Feels like he's just kind of all over the place.
Hey, he's a little bit under farmed, isn't he? On the Invoker, unfortunately. Top lane as well, they forced the reincarnation.
And now they've got the arena down. Lina's up here. Icarus dive over. Kaka gets pushed into the arena, and when both are in trouble. Dragon Slave gets the kill on Kaka. They look over at Fly. Can they get him a second time? He falls, and Aster sending numbers top and really do take care of this.
Yeah, and Bobica has 8 permanent stolen in now as well for most of the 2 fights that have happened so far. This this Phoenix has topped twice and died doing the same thing, like both times. Like he's not level 6. I don't know what they're expecting to happen. Like he just gets the tome now, so he's going to get the egg
Radiant's
soon.
bottom tower is under attack.
I don't really understand that. That was brave. And Rubik has it level 6 now as well, so see what Fade can get done with the with Spell Steal.
Fade's already played a really good game. This Lina is securing a lot for Aster. Obviously, we haven't seen IG come in with like full team fights yet, with Overgrowth as well as the Supernova. So, the game's close, but we haven't seen the full potential of IG just yet.
You said it, but like they have global, right? So the teamfight potential is there, but who can get their spells off first?
Oh gosh, Kaka again. He's just getting blown up, and that is the 3rd time he's dead. And this is just, you know, almost a repeat performance from game 1.
Like they've actually tried to make things happen though at the start of this game on IG. Like they are rotating to try and react to things, but again, it's this whole situation of they're not making moves themselves. Like I don't understand why they don't come and play around this Tide Hunter, who's like their strongest hero on the team at the moment. They can come and play around the Ravage, try and make plays, but like their support heroes don't really do pickoffs mid lane as well. Emo's just dead.
Yeah.
We'll shut you up.
And how much? Yeah, like I understand what you say. Like how much does it feel like last game? Like that Aster are just the ones making the moves all the time, and IG are just reacting all the time.
Radiant's bottom tower
Rather
is
than
under
farming.
attack.
Yeah.
Radiant structures are fortified.
But like the thing, at least the Wraithing's farming, like, and he's gonna hit a point now that he has the armlet that he can actually just like try and force towers down or like at least join fights. I'd really like to see them try and use a Ravage though.
Yeah, they used one bottom. We didn't see. Fight was happening, and
Right. They're gonna
Now
get
they've
bot
got
lane
it
as
up.
well.
Ooh, they've got the arena, and JT just left. He just went from bottom to top. So Fly, without reincarnation, he's just dead again, and he makes this rotation by himself. But again, Aster are the aggressors.
I love that Boba could just TPs in, steals us in without actually doing anything as well. That was great. And they're probably just going to trade tier 1s here, which is really funny because it's like the opposite to normal. They're like taking the enemy off lane tier 1.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm grateful to you.
They go after SCCC. Global Silence is available, so
Structures are fortified.
they'll chase and chase and chase. But I think the second it gets into a really sticky situation, Global Silence will just get popped.
Okay, they can't take the tower. Fair enough.
Yules, Fly, Global Silence, that comes in. Invoker on the side, waiting to be able to do anything. And Kaka, he tries to TP, but I believe stops it. So Tornado comes through, hits onto the Mars. They still have Fly silenced, and Emo now being backed off. Fly trying to threat 3v1, and he's going to lose his first life. They got the kill on Fade. They'll take out Bobica, JT, and Emo. They get themselves a couple of kills for the side of IG. They'll look over at Mars. XSS on the run. The Sunstrike! Wraithfire Blast, though. They'll get close enough for one more shot and the kill. So they end up getting 3 on both sides of the map.
That was so weird. I
Finally, a
don't,
decent fight from IG.
I don't know how that fight was ever going to go well though for Aster. Like, they know surely they know the Wraithing has ult get up again because I think I thought they would have timed it.
Bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower.
And like they popped the
has fallen.
global, but they knew the Tide didn't have TP because it used it top before. So like, why did they global?
Dire are scanning. Dire's top tower is
So
under
many
attack.
questions.
Yeah. Trying to make sure
Dire's top tower has fallen.
my alarms didn't go off.
That would have been
For
good.
that boop.
I did get really confused. I was like, oh my god, why is my phone going?
I realized that I had my phone on full blast. God forbid I get any notification. So they got a couple of kills over towards top using that Ravage, or got themselves one. Bottom, meanwhile, Bobica goes down. They did use Overgrowth on that. Fade, what does he have right now? He does have Overgrowth. He's stolen that. Like, that's a big one to steal, and they're going to trade kills.
Wow. That's huge, actually, the Overgrowth steal. It's so good up against these heroes like Invoker as well. They're just so immobile a lot of the time. Like, they don't have Blink or anything, right? What does Lena have? Oh, she has Shadow Blade queued up before, but she's going bots now instead. They're going to try and bait the 16-minute active route here.
Global Silence.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That's good for IG, though, when you can force
Radiant's
a
top
defensive
tower
Global
is under
Silence like
attack.
that.
Yes. That feels really good.
Yeah, it's massive for your team fight. You'll have Overgrowth available in 40 seconds, Reincarnation in just over that time. So I think IG now, while Global Silence is on cooldown, she'll look to make a move when they've got everything available. Emo going into the Yules. Kaka, he's going Yules this time as well, so they're going to have 2 Yules up towards top, though. They look over at JT, hit with the Laguna Blade. They get the kill. Supernova down, and Supernova dead. What is that from Kaka?
Unsure. 2 very rough Phoenix games so far, huh?
What?
I love how bamboozled you sound.
Because it was after JT was already dead.
Nice.
Tornado.
As well.
Meteor, Overgrowth. And now the Sunstrike doesn't land on a Fade. He actually still stays aggressive, but the Deafening Blast just on the edge hits, and Fade ends up going down.
I feel like...
Ollie didn't chase bottom.
I feel like this game's going to go the same way again, where like Aster have this small lead for like nearly all the game, but eventually what happens is the Morphling just wins the game, like the same as the TV did before. Because he's going to get like Manta E-Blade or something. Like, the Manta's really good because he's playing against Overgrowth. He could just go Manta BKB as well. I think he's fine. But it's a really good BKB game for him.
We haven't really talked about SCC at all. He's
just chilling.
Pretty
Dire's
quiet,
bottom
yeah.
tower is under attack.
That's going to be an Akita for the Morph as well.
Another stun with Wraithfire Blast. Definitely feels like IG are playing a much better game, but you know, they need to find this morph.
I think the only way they find him is with like a Ravage. Or like, because I think the Wraithfire Blast is so slow, like animated. Oh, they missed the dust onto Fly.
He still wants to go. Gets the shot out, Sunstrike hitting onto the Lina, so already low. Gosh, Global Silence is used. Icarus Dive, though, comes across the Lina. They'll get the kill on a Chuan. This is a good one. And, well, they won't find anything more, but very much worth it, especially that they got the Global Silence to be used, and they really didn't commit much to get that kill on the Lina.
Oh my god, Wraithing just picked up Philosopher's Stone, just sent it back to base straight away when Kaka was walking over to get it. Oh my god.
Now they're going to rush.
Boy. They have Arena though, remember, and there's Blink as well on the Mars. Yeah,
Ooh, Arena comes through. XSS, Sunray on everybody here, so it's keeping these dire heroes alive, and XSS just dies. SCC looking for an opening. He turns into the Evoker and throws his own Meteor in. That'll get the first life out of the hands of Fly. IG now retreat from the pit altogether.
That was very brave by XSS to just jump into the pit.
First dive, Gush, Fade, throws a Wraithfire Blast. Oh, Kaka with the Laguna Blade. Getting thrown at him, he ends up going down, and no Supernova available now for 30 seconds around this Roche pit. Tornado hits, Sunstrike with the damage on Apobica. He can't survive on the high ground.
Aster just going in one by one and dying. Like, I don't understand what's happening. They have to get rid of this ward here as well. Like, Morphlings get seen at the moment and they know exactly where they are. I really hope they realise when this camp doesn't spawn, they're like, maybe something's wrong here.
A lead for IG, seemingly one of the first of the series. What is Fly going for? Is he going Silver Edge again?
I would assume so. He might go like ADC or something as well, or he might even just go BKB, I think. Like, it's all magical damage on the Radiant side at the moment, especially because Morph's going E-Blade. No, he just goes Silver Edge though. I think it's better this game because it has more value against the Mars.
Icarus Dive. Ooh, out of the arena. XSS whiffing.
Radiant's top tower
I love the
is
arena
under
sound.
attack.
So good. I also love how JT just hasn't used Ravage like all
Dire's
game.
bottom tower is under attack.
I don't know if he's just scared if the Rubik is going to steal it or something.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Rubik just steal Tornado.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Okay.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower
A lot more
is
farm
under
than I
attack.
gave him respect for.
And second of the net worth, Overgrowth gets used onto the Silencer. Sunstrike finishes him off. They'll get the kill.
As we
Ended
said,
up at 14 going to Roche.
they're playing really well on IG, recognizing that they really want to like play this pick-off game with Lina, with like the Yules, bots, Shadowblade kind of thing, and they're just grouping them as 5 everywhere. And so this Lina's not having the effectiveness that it had in like the first 15 minutes of the game. And now they're just going to get the Roche for this.
You say that.
Roshan has fallen to
I was
the
gonna say, if XSS took the chance.
It went so well last time.
Well, Roche was a lot lower this time around.
Hey, they don't know
Might
that though.
Might have been able to swoosh in.
Dire are scanning.
600 gold away from this Ags for the Invoker. Wraith King, what did he do? Okay, he went Silver Edge. So,
Oh, they put the
Radiant
sentry down.
are scanning.
oh, telekinesis, they found him. LSA, the lockdown's there with the Laguna Blade, but now they're all slowed. Can they do anything with this? The Global Silence is available for the side of Aster, but it comes out after the Supernova. They're around Flyfly, they have the damage to get the kill, so he's already gone. Arena used Supernova is not effective. Down goes Kaka and IG.
Oh,
Oh
Did he use-
boy, this is not
Oh, they
going to
caught
go
more
well.
as well.
Yeah, they're going to get this Aegis out of the hands of Emo, if not a second kill.
he has lift as well.
Oh boy. Yeah, Spear, not even going to need the telekinesis. That means
Oh,
they
they're
can
gonna
even
find
go for
another.
more. JT on the run. If XSS can just stay in front and spear him back, there's no way he gets back to base, but they use the telekinesis. They have the control. Nature's Grasp is down. The stolen Wraithfire blast.
Ooh.
JT taking a lot of damage. He'll eat the onslaught coming through. He does
Yes,
have
they've
Guardian
got one.
Greaves.
If they'd have managed to pin him against the tower there, I think they might have been able to kill him. But he's so tanky. Like he has, he has Helmadon Pipe Greaves. Like he's so incredibly difficult to kill. They need Morphling to like shotgun him down or something. But I think it's really difficult for SCC to take like big 5-on-5 engagements unless he has this BKB up. But the Seablade is going to output really massively. Really massively.
You got it. Really massive. Lee. God, it's just to get both lives out of Invoker, to get both lives out of the Wraith King, like that just feels terrible if you're IG.
It was really well played by Aster. Like they managed to get the global off. It was after the egg went off, but like there was no other follow-up that the Invoker could do. Right, like he has no purge. Well, he has Yules, but you don't want to use that to purge off the global. Not really. And so like this Wraithing's just in such an awkward position because they do have really good burst damage on the Radiant side, and like we said, they played this pick-off game really well with Alina. Like if they start finding heroes one by one, right, like it's just such a perfect scenario for them.
We haven't seen the like overgrowth Supernova
Dire's
yet.
top tower is under attack.
No, we haven't. Not once, actually. But I think it's so difficult against the global. I'm surprised Phoenix didn't go Lotus Orb first. Like, he's on Yules instead, which the Purge is still nice, but I feel like you want it
Radiant's bottom
instantly,
tower is under
which
attack.
the Lotus Orb was very good at. And it also gives you the armor that you need as well.
Dire's top
Gosh,
tower is
Fade's
under
going
attack.
Ags. He's got a good amount of farm.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Trading of the tier 2s as is tradition.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Although
attack.
I say the trading, everybody's coming in. Global Silence gets used with the arena down. Supernova comes through. XSS might be the only one to die on this. Ravage, though, hits on SCC. XSS gets killed. The tornado lands from Emo. They're going to continue to go in under the Morphling. Do they have the damage to take him out? Yes, they do. XSS and SCCC both fall to IG. As I said, it was going to be trading the tier 2s. Neither tier 2 falls, and they get 2 kills inside of IG.
That was insanely good by JT there on the tide. He didn't see the Morphling, but he assumed he was going to be team TPing straight after the waveform. So he popped the Ravage, and I think it had like less than half a second to go on the TP, and it clipped him like right on the outside of it. And they're going to instantly start walking bot to finish off that tier 2 that you talked about that they were going for before. This Mars really needs BKB though. He's like falling off a cliff in terms of net worth. We completely forgot about the Overgrowth Cataclysm combo there.
Oh,
We talked
yeah.
about just Overgrowth Egg, and
There's a lot to put together.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
I didn't notice that. Invoker didn't take his level 10 talent yet. But he took the 15.
That's pretty standard though. They're both not
Yeah.
great. Like, you just tend to go for more points in the orbs and stuff instead. I assume he's going to go alacrity damage as well at level 20. Just to, shove on the Wraith King. But Tornado cooldown's pretty good as well.
He's close to that BKB. Meanwhile, Invoker, he just picked up the Ag, so he's going into the BKB next. It'll be Shiva's from the Phoenix. I thought maybe they would think about Ags for it. Just considering the combo they have.
No, I think the Shiva's is better. Because it's the healing aura
Radiant's
reduction as
middle
well,
tower
right? Versus
is
the
under
Morphling's really nice. Like, he does have BKB Steam though on SCCC.
Deso for the Tide. Trying to get in there and use that Anchor Smash accordingly.
Interesting. He's got it coming out in the courier. Oh. I thought he'd go for this blink that he had queued up. Just because they kind of like... I guess Tree has blink, so it's not like insanely important.
Okay, Fairy Fire, Paladin Sword. Ooh. Bobiga? I don't know how he's just here right now, but yeah, they're gonna get an easy kill on him.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I love this Wraithing thing that comes up.
Claim the bones. So, tier 3 items for IG: Greater Fairy Fire, Mindbreaker, Telescope, Paladin Sword. Paladin Sword on the Wraith King.
Scanning.
Telescope's
Dire's
okay.
top tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I think the Phoenix will take that relatively soon.
Yeah. Well, right now
when he
he's got
realizes-
Trusty Shovel, so I'm waiting for him to upgrade.
I love that this Tide has Nether Shawl though. Like the magic resistance it gives this game is amazing. Like especially when you have Pipe on top of it as well. He's just sitting at a casual 49% magic resistance against a lineup that does mostly magical damage.
Tree just using this Philosopher's Stone for as much as he can get out of it. You're not really requiring him to right click at all, and he's going to try and go into a Refresher Orb.
And there's the Telescope for the Phoenix.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean this we've seen this on trees a lot this tournament actually. I think only a couple have managed to
Blink
actually get
Telekinesis comes through onto Emo. They blow him up. And now they're going to look over at Fly, the arena on the back lines. They found themselves this Phoenix. Overgrowth comes in a little bit too late. JT moving forward, BKB being popped by Chuan. They got the first life out of the hands of this Skeleton King. They'll get the kill on Ollie. They'll take out 3. Buyback from Emo. Tornado coming in, and it hits SCC. They're going into XSS, but he's the tankiest one of them all. JT does have Ravage if he wants to throw it. BKB's been popped by SCC, and now with the Wraithfire Blast as well as the Adaptive Strike thrown into Fly, they'll get the kill onto the Skeleton King. Looking over at JT, and they have the damage, they have the consistent, just outward path for him, but oh my god, the Ravage and the Cataclysm! SCCC falls, Bobica in trouble, stolen Ravage! Fade! Oh my god, he gets everybody! And by everybody, there was only 2 there. Emo's gonna die back. They get the kill on a JT. Fade is so good on this Rubik.
hands down to our savior, guys. Bow down to your lord, please.
God.
He held on to that Ravage for so long though on the ties.
Yeah.
Because it was so awkward. Like this Lina had BKB going the first time, so he didn't want to pop it. And then SCCC popped BKB as well, and he's like, well, I still don't really want to Ravage now. And his whole team just dies him around him like one by one. Like Aster took that fight really well because they find the Phoenix straight away in one fight. But like they managed to blow up the Invoker, so and then like Wraith King's separate to the whole rest of his team as well, so they have no damage while the tree and the Phoenix are dying.
Oh, I'm disappointed, Fade.
Sneak attack?
Had the Ags queued. Because Force Staff. Now he's gonna
Radiant
re-Kyoto.
structures are
Yeah,
fortified.
if they can wait until to take another fight until they have Ravage again. Who did they just arena it? Was it the tree? I think he might have managed to blink out. Yeah, he did. Well played by Ollie.
God, Fade, man. So good, and he's gonna keep. I was gonna ask you, is it worth replacing this Ravage? But I mean, you might as well hold it and try and fight with it.
Yeah, I think you wait. Because like the Ravage stun is so long as well. What is it, like 40% of 2.8 is what, 0.28, 0.5, 0. It's just over a second, so it's almost 4 seconds long. Like in an AoE.
Jesus.
And it does 500 damage in an AoE.
JT, he's actually going for that Blink Dagger.
They're gonna smoke up here though on Aster. Like, look, they really need the Ravage to come off cooldown before they like find somebody though, right? I'd be surprised if they just head into the Roshba here. This is super risky if they do. I think yeah, you have to get the pick off. They want the Invoker because he's the one without buyback here. Like he used it in the last fight.
And died twice. Smoke gets broken, sentries down. They found Ollie for a second. Nature's Grasp is used. They come to the other side. They found themselves Fly. And now with the Evoid of the damage, they'll get the first life out of his hands. Or will they? They've got the Ravage towards the Cataclysm again! Fate doesn't die though. He still has the Ravage. Blink up in 3. They need to be careful about fighting this. They'll send Kaka to the back lines to try and get the kill onto this Rubik, but he's able to blink away. They get the kill on the SCC, so they take the Morphling. He'll buy back immediately. They go after Fight with the Chaos Meteor coming down. Is it going to be enough? BKB from Chuan. They get the kill onto the Lina. He's there for 90 seconds. No buyback for him. Fly looking over at XSS, and Fade still has this Ravage if they want to go in again. But it's not the easiest fight. You're without your Lina.
He still has Ravage though on Rubik. Like, it's not got long left, so he has to be really careful. But I actually think Bobka might die here because of the dash. So here we go. Oh, okay. Did a lot less than I thought it would.
Has been killed.
But they just go straight into the Roche, but like the alacrity from the Invoker is crazy with the Wraith King. They take it so quickly.
Fade.
Oh, they're throwing him onto the cliff.
He's going to try and TP out. I would have just ravaged him after. You're about to lose it anyway. There's the Ravage, and I say he should have used it, but now it comes in on a couple of these heroes. They get the BKB Popeye emo, they kill off Kaka, they lose Fade. Emo on the run, but now Bobka dead. He's got buyback dead for 50 seconds. They're going to continue to chase on SCCC. You got to remember that he bought back earlier in this fight. The spear hits on emo. They've disarmed the Mars. He blinks away, but Fly continuing to move forward. He's looking. He's got the Silver Edge. Can he catch up? He doesn't spot him, but he walks into Ollie for a second. So now they've got themselves the Wraithfire Blast. They'll get the shots out. Sunstrike, BKB. But continuing to move forward, trying to spot XSS and take him out. He doesn't have a TP, so this BKB... What?
Radiant's middle tower is
Oh
under
my
attack.
god.
How is he just allowed to do this?
Well, they just assumed he'd blinked away, which is a fair enough assumption.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower.
This is so good for IG now. They have the Aegis on the Invoker as well. He doesn't have buyback, but he has this extra life, and Morphling doesn't have buyback either. I'm glad that I got proven wrong in this late game situation. I thought this Morphling would be really difficult for him to deal with, but they've just managed to ravage and Cataclysm off, twice in a row in these fights, and he just dies straight away.
Yeah.
Like, Aster, she has to be so careful.
Radiant's top tower is
XSS,
under
top
attack.
of the net worth. Or, not XSS, JT. XSS is actually towards the bottom.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Telekinesis, they get the break. BKB's gonna be Popeye SCC. They rip through JT. Oh my. The break really helps him out. Now they've got the stun as well as the spear. That'll hit him onto the racks, but the tornado comes in from Emo as well as the Sunray to keep him alive. Fly getting low, loses his first life. But reincarnate, BKB's been Popeye XSS. They've got themselves the arena, but the BKB's been Popeye Fly just to walk out.
They find... I was really hoping that Lina was going to build a Silver Edge before, and I completely forgot about it. And I'm so glad she's finally bought one. Because you see how quickly the Tide died. Like, they've realised they have fish problems.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, maybe we should do something about this. Yeah, and she's starting to scale now as well because she's gone for the silver. And she's going to go for this damage item now. Like she's actually going to hurt. She's going to become like a semi-core again now in this late game situation. Fates.
Telekinesis. Reincarnation's back up. They've got the Lotus Orb coming in. Now XSS blinks forward, but what does he have from that? He gets hit with a cold snap, and now the Nature's Grasp is out, and he gets killed. He's got buyback, so maybe he comes back into the fight, but it's still going to be tough to go after this, and he's already bought back, so the commitment's there.
Oh, the Yules
onto the Lotus Orb. Fly, Skeleton King. Nature's Grasp, Wraithfire Blast. Force Staff back, Sunstrike! Just off the mark. Fade was body blocking him for a second.
He'd have been fine anyway. It's okay. Now that's a good item. I absolutely love Flicker. Illusionist cape as well? I don't know who takes that, I guess.
Emo's almost 25. God, and he's going Octarine Core.
Yeah. The Lena is 25 though, and she has the attack range now.
Telekinesis on a Fly once again. The Stolen Wraithfire Blast thrown back his way. They've got the damage coming out, but not the kill just yet. Now he's got Reincarnation off cooldown. The BKB is going to be popped by Fly. The damage coming from SCCC is not going to be enough. The Arena of the backlines, they get themselves Kaka speared up, but, well, Kaka, he's still alive. Fade, Wraithfire Blast, Nature's Grasp down. Emo gets the kill on the Bobica. Supernova comes in with the BKB being popped by XSS. He's on the run now. JT moving over. Spear hits onto the Wraith King. That'll spear him up onto the cliff, but XSS still in trouble. Laguna Blade hits onto Tree. Overgrowth on a 2. XSS, he'll end up falling. 90 seconds on the sidelines without buyback. They've got the Sunstrike hitting onto the Lena, and now will be dead for 100.
Oh, he stole eggs
Stolen
somehow.
Supernova, and Fade just going balls to the wall here. Telekinesis, 5 heroes focusing him, and he will end up dying, but will buy back.
IG playing these fights so well. Like Fly keeps running in first on this Wraith King, and it forces Aster to deal with him. And he's like, yeah, I don't care if you go on me though. Like I've got this second life. It's absolutely fine.
Yeah, 40 seconds at level 3 is not a lot of time for him to just have a second life again.
But like you saw, like on that high ground there, he just ran in, and Morphling was like, well, I guess I have to go on you first. Like waste his BKB duration, kind of trying to kill the Wraith King's first life. And all of a sudden, they just like keep running at them.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen. Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
Blade.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
Lotus Orb.
These little skeleton bros.
What a god Kaka is.
He took the skeleton's attack damage at level 15.
Radiant's bottom
And they actually just ripped through towers.
Let's finish off the Abyssal Blade too.
Radiant's bottom tower.
And he is massive on this Wraith King.
Telekinesis once again, but there's the Lotus Orb. Kaka's so quick with this one, but they're going to rip through JT. They'll get the kill. So now it's CC with the BKB. He goes after Fly. They've got the silence onto him. He already used the Abyssal Blade. They'll buy back on this Tide Hunter. CCC backs off, avoids the EMP. Wraithfire Blast thrown to Fly. And they've got the Dust. LSA hits. Lotus Orb on him again. They'll dust him up once again. But there's the Blink with the Ravage. Hits on everybody. Cataclysm follows it up, taking out 3. Stolen Ravage, but GG's already been called. They've got the Overgrowth that lands on a 2. And Laguna Blade, they'll get themselves the 4th. They'll take the 5th. Or will they? Yes. No. Chuan survives just at the end, and they will get game 2.
Yeah, it was a really sloppy game by IG at the start, and it felt like the only times that Aster looked like they were good in this late game as well, they managed to find these fights where like people would just run in one by one on IG. And they punished them really hard for it. They did a good job of finding the pickoffs to start the fight. But like we said, like when it gets to this late game scenario, they have to get the numbers advantage in the fights to be able to win them, right? Like they're playing into Ravage, Egg, Overgrowth. It's really difficult. And this Wraith King is just running in first every time. And this is why that last week Wraith King was so good, because it breaks up the whole concept of them picking somebody off at the start of the fight.
Especially when he just runs at them first. And then, like you said, they're forced to react.
Yeah. either they run away or they go on the Wraith King. There's no in between. Like he's sitting between